In the desolate waters of the Bay of Bengal lies a mysterious and forbidding island, shrouded in secrecy and terror. North Sentinel Island, a place where few dare to venture, harbors an ancient and isolated tribe known as the Sentinelese. The Sentinelese are hostile towards any who dare to approach their forbidden shores. Over the years, numerous attempts have been made to establish contact with the Sentinelese people, driven by both curiosity and the desire to better understand this isolated community. However, these endeavors have been met with consistent resistance and, in some cases, hostility from the Sentinelese themselves. Their hostility to outsiders, though, is easily understandable, for the outside world has brought them little but violence and contempt. In 1879, for example, an elderly couple and 2 children were taken by force and brought to the island's main town, Port Blair. Tragically, shortly after they arrived in Port Blair, both the elderly man and woman fell ill due to exposure to unfamiliar environments and diseases. Their health deteriorated rapidly, and both of them died, unable to withstand the impact of the outside world. As a result of this devastating outcome, the remaining Sentinelese children who had been taken were sent back to their homes on North Sentinel Island, accompanied by gifts. There have since appeared numerous theories about the potential epidemic caused by the returning children on the island, something that would likely cause even more hostility towards any outsiders. But how do the Sentinelese people behave towards outsiders exactly? Let us begin with the story of the 2 fishermen. It was on the eerie moonlit night of January 2006 that 2 fishermen, Sundar Raj and Pandit Tiwari, entered the exclusion zone to hunt for mud crabs. As night came, they dropped their anchor some distance from the island and started to drink heavily. After a while, their anchor got unstuck, setting them adrift towards this sinister land. Oblivious to the peril that awaited them, their inebriated laughter echoed across the restless waters as their boat drifted perilously close to the forbidding shores of North Sentinel Island. The fate of the 2 fishermen, Sundar Raj and Pandit Tiwari, remained a chilling enigma. As days turned to nights and the search party's attempts to rescue them met fierce resistance from the tribal inhabitants, the shadows of the island swallowed Sundar Raj and Pandit Tiwari whole. Their destiny, veiled in darkness, remained forever lost on those forsaken shores. There are many mysteries related to the island, one of which has to do with how the tribe's village looks like. As seen from above, it is impossible to identify any man-made structure due to the dense tropical forest covering the land. However, one structure in particular stands out. A spine-chilling tale surrounds the enigmatic shipwreck lying beneath the clear waters of North Sentinel Island. This shipwreck has a fascinating history that will send shivers down your spine. The vessel in question is the Primrose, a massive freighter weighing 16,000 tons, which tragically ran aground during a violent storm while transporting a cargo of chicken feed from Bangladesh to Australia on August 2, 1981. During that fateful night, the 31 crew members endured a harrowing ordeal as the ship was mercilessly tossed around by the raging waves in the Bay of Bengal. Eventually, it found itself lodged on a treacherous coral reef just before midnight. Two days later, the situation took a terrifying turn when a desperate message from the ship's captain, Liu Chung-long, reached a Hong Kong shipping company. He urgently requested a drop of weapons to defend against wild island people carrying spears and arrows who were threatening to board the ship. Despite the proximity to land, the rough sea conditions made it impossible to lower the lifeboats, so the captain made a difficult decision to keep the crew on board and wait for help to arrive, as the ship didn't appear to be at immediate risk of sinking. Given the isolated nature of the island and the complexities of approaching the Sentinelese, the rescue operation involved a combination of communication attempts and continuous monitoring of the situation. The exact details of the rescue operation have not been widely disclosed for security and privacy reasons, and it is unknown if the crew members of the Primrose were successfully evacuated from the ship or brought back to safety. The Sentinelese people have been described by anthropologists as an extremely fascinating race, as nobody knows for sure their origin. There have been many theories suggesting that they are direct descendants of the first humans who left Africa and have likely lived on the Andaman Islands for over 60,000 years. Another mystery regarding the Sentinelese is their population. Well, it is extremely difficult to know for sure how many natives are on the island due to them attempting to murder any who dares to approach their shore. Perhaps we will never get to know about these people and their secret life. We will never learn their language, their gods, their culture, or their way of surviving on an island for more than 60,000 years in complete isolation. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing.